4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, looking through a lot of the questions that are coming in from different members and people going through the cert. One of the questions we got that I thought was pretty pertinent and will help us kind of explain some of the philosophy, which is a brilliant question, is essentially why the program's 12 weeks. Why did we select a 12-week program with all the different buckets and all the different goals and whatnot, and why not just have a program and then they can progress on from there? And I thought that was really great, and that'll help kind of maybe explain our philosophy on this as well.
Okay, I'll take a quick lead off on that, guys. I think the first reason we did it is we all understand there's a necessity to have a ballpark, a plan, a structured plan that we call periodization, right? And then we tweak it for everybody, but if you don't have a ballpark going into every session, suddenly it becomes extraordinarily overwhelming to make everything up on the fly every day for every client, and they're different every time they walk through the door. So you kind of need a ballpark, even though you're going to tweak by the session, by the hour, by the set. What was my main goal for this phase of training? And I think that's one of the main reasons we chose it was 3 times a week, every 3 to 4 weeks, you're going to change the phase of training you're in. That's the ballpark.
Yeah, and I think another big one that's a huge concept is, you know, when I first started as a trainer and when we all first started as a trainer, we weren't really sure what progression was. And I think one of the biggest principles in the industry that we need to get across is progression. And so the whole point of having the 12 weeks, as Scott just alluded to, is having that ballpark, but it's also being able to show progression from week to week to week to week, from phase to phase to phase. Since there's 3 phases, each phase has 4 weeks, so you're getting a feel for what a progression would look like. So it's actually a phenomenal learning tool. So as a trainer, if I pick up those programs and I go through from week to week to week, I'm kind of learning by doing. Through osmosis, I'm seeing this and I'm like, okay, now I get why they did this and they progressed to that. So it's a progression. Progression was a huge aspect of that.
And also, we've got to have a measurement. We've got to be able to measure whether our clients are progressing, going forward, getting better, or whether they're actually going backwards. And you know, 12 weeks basically puts us 3 months, and 3 months is a quarter of a year. So if we can break it into a time frame and say, oh, hang on, for this quarter of the year, I know this is where your stresses are, and we've been able to go through a program that we could have more fun and more games and that sort of stuff to get us through the stress. But now we know this is a quieter part of the year, we can actually work on the strength phase. All of a sudden, we can. It's like those. If you're going to eat an elephant, take off small bites, and they can start to work through a program over 12 months now that they can actually see and experience and understand why we're doing things. So for me, 12 weeks works well.
It's kind of a great marketing tool too. I got 12 weeks of programs for you already. So hopefully that helps you guys.